Mirage, the Mirage Girl. While talking to her, you learn that she's pretty dim-witted. She was a clumsy dancer when she was alive. She likes to play with Gnome, and she died in the desert. Her trait is Desert Mirage. She gives plus 15% to magic and physical evasion. Can always use dancing, sexcraft, and corpse skills. Dancing skills have 30% extra blind infliction rate, and plus 20% to all stats while in the desert. So the boost to stats in the desert is useful for when you're in the desert, which isn't terribly long. Blind infliction rate is nice, especially since dancing skills are her best things. But overall, it's not a very offensive set. So, put it at C. It's alright. Her play events are: she drinks orange juice, she sleeps, she sings and dances, she finds a banana, and she steals food. Well, the sleep is bad, so overall that's negative, so D. As far as story interaction goes, she doesn't have much, so C. In the Pocket Castle, she interacts with Carrie. Wow! A fellow ghost! Why are you so cheerful? Try to remember that you're a ghost. I have unfinished business! Why are you so lively? You have awakened my sealed wrath. I'm jealous. She also interacts with Minnie. You're a ghost? That means you died. But the life of a ghost is a lot of fun. Actually, I have way more freedom now than when I was alive. If that's how it is, then I want to die too. But you're a phoenix. You can't die. They're happy whether they're dead or alive. For presents, since she's a ghost, she can't really eat, but she'll pretend to eat the fruits and spicy things. Interesting responses include chili pepper. That's spicy, but that's just the feeling I get from it. Fish. It's flopping, it's so creepy. Flour. I'm ascending to heaven. Huh? It's not salt? Milk. But I can't drink it, but it still feels good. Curry and rice. Carrie's good enough to die for! Steak. This is an amazing feast. I can't eat those since I'm a ghost. Miso soup. Miso soup just goes through me. Gan stew. It's a good thing I'm a ghost. Odin. Let's eat this with the other ghosts. But that'd be impossible. Dongo. Dongo! Nom nom. Just kidding. Cake. That's cake, right? It tastes sweet. Just kidding. Beer? Beer goes right through my body! I do feel a bit tipsy, though. Any of the grilled items? I don't want this. Cicada shell? I've never seen this in the desert. It's rather unusual. Skull? That's not mine! Beetle? Insect I've never seen before. It's not trying to stab me, is it? And last but not least, the Chipapa. Isn't this the spirit? It ran away. Helen, the antlion girl. While talking to her, you learn that sandworms destroy her nest. She often fights with Desert Scylla over her territory. She has no friends, and despite the fact that real-life antlions eventually metamorphosing into a different adult form, this is her adult form. Her trait is Desert Antlion. She has an innate bind strike of 30%. Can always use insect skills. Insect skills deal 15% extra damage. She gets plus 30% dexterity, 25% chance of using quicksand at the start of battle, plus 20% to all stats while in the desert, deals additional damage with bow and insect skills to restrain enemies. I was kind of surprised why it doesn't just give a percentage to bind, but I'm going to assume it's double damage. The plus 30% dexterity is nice, especially since she specializes in ranged attacks. Extra stats on the desert is nice while you're in there, but you're not in there very long. Quicksand at the star battles, decent. It's a whole lot of random stuff. But none of it really stacks together. I guess the best thing is that high innate bind chance. So it's a lot of little things, but they do add up, so we'll put it at B. For her play event, she draws in the sand. She gets trapped by her own sand and becomes bound. She catches a beetle. She throws pebbles, which does damage to the enemy team. And she tries to stop the fighting. So the throw pebbles doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And being bound herself is pretty annoying. So we're going to have to put her at D for her play events. As for story interaction, she doesn't have much, so C. In Pocket Castle, she interacts with Sylph. Sylph is sinking in quicksand. Ah, jeez, I got another spirit. I can't eat it, so I just wasted my energy. Another spirit? What other spirits have you caught? Gnome. She also interacts with Kazura. Oh, so you're a trap-type monster too? Yep, so you're one as well. I attract my prey with a sweet scent and dissolve them in my pitcher. You draw them in with smell? Interesting. My quicksand acts as a trap pulling in clumsy people. I got caught as well. She also interacts with Isabel. I think we're surprisingly similar. We both sit in one spot, waiting for our prey. Maybe we are pretty similar. If you come to the desert, I'll eat you. If you come to the sea, I'll eat you. As for presence, she is a carnivore. And she sucks the fluid from meat, so she doesn't like cooked food. And she dislikes sweets. Interesting reactions include sausage. It's hard to suck it when it's been cooked, but I'll take it. Egg. How nice, it's full of energy. Kids meal. I don't want you, fool. Miso soup. What is this spicy juice? Gian stew. I'll die if I drink that. Odin. Meat? Is there meat inside? Mapo tofu. This is so spicy. I hate it. Beer. I love to drink. It makes me feel merry. Jerky. Who sucked this? It's so dry. And the grilled items. There's no way I could eat this. Skull. I can't even suck the fluids when it's like this. Beetle. I know it's tiny, but I can suck fluid from insects as well. And last but not least, the Chipapa. I wonder if I can suck the fluids from a spirit. It got away. Dahlia, the sandworm girl. While talking to her, you learn that she is slow, she plays with Gnome, Gnome made her hat, and she doesn't intend to destroy antlion nests. Her trait is Desert Sandworm. Can always use insect and giant skills. Giant skills inflict 30% extra damage and have half SP cost. 20% to all stats while in the desert. 30% max HP and attack. Alright. So that's pretty good. Doing 30% extra damage on top of 30% more attack. The 30% more HP makes her extra tanky. Her skills cost less. So yeah, I think all that combined together synergizes pretty well. We're going to put that at A. Her play events are, she becomes dazed. She rolls around, which uses the Megaton press skill. She sneezes, which uses the squall skill. She falls asleep, and she dances, which does nothing. So that's 2 positives with a negative, so we have to put at B. As for story interaction, she doesn't have much, so C. In the Pocket Castle, she interacts with Fel, which I will need to remember the sensor. Wow, you're huge! Tiny. Hey, what'd you eat to get so big? Sand? And I'll eat sand too! It's gross! She also interacts with Kazura. Something smells good. Wait a minute! You can't possibly fit inside! This smells good. Ah! Dahlia rams into the pitcher of the pitcher plant. The pitcher plant collapses and is crushed flat. Jeez, what were you thinking? Sorry. She also interacts with Anko. I'm an anglerfish. I'm a sandworm. She also interacts with Helen. Stroll. Ah, wait! Past here is my nest! Whoa. Dahlia's body plunges into this quicksand. Her giant body disrupts the flow of the sand, destroying Helen's nest. Ah, jeez, again! Sorry. As far as presents, she eats almost anything. But she doesn't react to much, so interesting reactions include chili pepper, munch, hot, crab omelet, munch, crab, kids meal, tiny, Gian stew. Mapo tofu. Munch. Tingling. Dongo. Beer. Yay! Jerky. Try. Poison mushroom. Skull. And last but not least, the Chipapa. Munch. I won't eat. Deiji, the Desert Scylla. While talking to her, you learn that she gets in fights with antlion girls. She secretes mucus so as not to dry out. That gnome is strong enough to swing the sandworm girls around while playing. She hates Lamia because they wriggle. And she loves to eat bananas from the oasis. Her trait is Desert Tamer. Can always use whip, talk, and tentacle skills. Whip skills deal 30% extra damage and boost defense by 50%. Plus 20% to all stats while in the desert. So 30% extra damage to the whip skills isn't bad, but there aren't very many good whip skills. But it is nice that she gets a bit of tankiness by boosting her defense by 50%. The problem is, Scyllas have terrible defense. So we'll put it at C. For her play events, she builds sand hills, she dances, she finds rocks trying to sleep, she trips, and she produces an electrical discharge which damages an enemy. So that's barely a positive, but it is a positive, so B. As far as story interaction goes, she doesn't have much, so let's see. In the Pocket Castle, she interacts with Naruko. Oh, you and me are the same. You? We're both Scylla, but also different. Or at the very least, I think you're similar to Gnome, which she's pretty spot on with that, considering Naruko is a spirit. Well, maybe it's just my imagination. She also interacts with Anastasia. Scylla, huh? Your feet wriggle, it's creepy. Let me are creepy too, your tails wriggle. She also interacts with the Nefertiti Lamia. Oh, what ugly creature! You're like an octopus, so please go back to the sea. Barbaric Lamia, using poison, you're worse. You want to fall victim to our venomous fangs as well? Do you want to be constricted by my tentacles? Jeez, act properly or I'll bury you in the sand! She also interacts with Lemon. You're quite strange, Scylla, aren't you? Although I'm not exactly one to talk either. Your species adopted to the desert, right? I changed my body through the power of magic. Most Scylla are octopus types, but supposedly the original Scylla were wolf types. They sure have changed a lot. I'm assuming that's talking back to the original myth that had Scylla in it, because in this series, the original Scylla was definitely not a wolf type, because the sixth ancestor was a tentacle type. She also interacts with Helen. What are you doing, Antlion? This quicksand's in the way! Of course, a disruptive Scylla. Do you want me to suck your fluids as well? Just you try it! I'll beat you at your own game! No fighting, huh? I'm sinking into the quicksand! As far as presents go, she likes fruit, meat, and sweets, and she dislikes vegetables, bread, and rice. Interesting reactions include chili pepper. It feels like I'm burning! The octopus. Wouldn't this be cannibalism? The kid's meal. I'm not a kid. Miso soup. Is this a drink? It's kind of weird. Gian stew. There's no way I'm eating that. Odin. This Odin is simmering. Ice cream. It's nice and cool. Parfait. Yay, a parfait! Coffee. Coffee is the best drink to have when you're in the desert, don't you think? Beer. Alcohol isn't good for Scyllas. Any of the grilled items? I don't want this. Poison mushroom. Acorn. I grew up in the desert, so I don't see these things very often. And last but not least, the Chipapa. The spirit of wind? It ran away. No, the earth spirit. While talking to her, you learn that she likes slapping Sylph. Her trait is Earth Spirit. Deal 30% extra earth damage. Can always use club, unarmed, and nature skills. Unarmed skills use attack instead of agility. She gains Wildland status, which she gains some Wildland stats, which halves physical damage, doubles her defense and crit while below 20% HP. She absorbs earth damage and has increased stats for each of the 4 spirits in the party. So that's not bad. The extra earth damage combos well with her. Attack instead of agility is weird for unarmed, but it works well. Absorb earth damage is always good. And that Wildlands buff at below 20% HP is also excellent. It all synergizes together well. So we'll put her at A. For play events, she falls asleep, she slaps the air, she dances with mud dolls, and she digs the pitfall. So that's overall a negative. We'll put it at D. As for story interaction, well, she's one of the 4 spirits, so A. In the Pocket Castle, she interacts with Sylph. Yay! It's Nani! Hey, let's have a picnic in the woods together! Yeah, that's true. Are they actually having a conversation? Huh? You're asleep? So she wasn't talking. Naruko, she also interacts with Naruko. Stellar conversation, too. She also interacts with Love and Lamb. Yay, it's Nami! Let's make sandhills. The biggest one wins. Gnome and the brownies are playing together and having fun. She also interacts with Shizuku. Nami is so strong! So, let's work hard together? I'm sorry. She also interacts with Lucia, a mental spirit of Earth. She's so quiet. Is she accumulating energy? She's asleep. As far as presents goes, she likes fruit, meat, bread, rice, and sweets. She doesn't like vegetables. Interesting reactions include chili pepper. She ate it carelessly. She seems angry. Curry powder. She looks at me expectantly. It seems she wants me to make curry. Egg. Is she trying to keep it warm? Parfait. She seems delighted. Poison mushroom. Is she laughing? Beetle. She observes it for a while before letting it go. And last but not least, the Chipapa. The Chipapa flees in a panic. Have you been slapping Chipapa when the Sylph isn't around, Gnome?